Alright, so last video on Childhood Friend Complex did insane numbers, so we're returning to it. To be fair to the webtoon, I did put a clickbait title and thumbnail making it look worse than it was. I mean, I still can't show these because of the big red hawk, but it's not that bad. Story-wise, it also isn't that bad, not my cup of tea, but it isn't objectively horrible. But the temptation to clickbait, oh, it's too powerful. Must do it again! Anyways, in case you haven't seen my last video, here's what happened in the first 5 episodes. Hanyul and Mincheol are childhood friends, but despite that, they fight frequently. One day, Hanyul walks in on Mincheol jacking it to her, but Mincheol insists he didn't, with what sounds like the most blatant lie on earth, but apparently he's telling the truth according to the webtoon. Hanyul then decides she's gonna apologize to him for the misunderstanding, which somehow ends with her laying on top of him. After that, they can't get out of each other's minds, Mincheol dealing with it by thinking of asking her out, Hanyul dealing with it by going on a group blind date. A group blind date with a guy that was gonna take advantage of Hanyul being drunk to kiss her, but fortunately, Mincheol is there to cuck him, and probably a little more. You guys are free to go watch the last video for further context though, because the bills really are that high. But anyways, I'm just gonna read another 5, let's just get started. Hanyul wakes up to see Mincheol standing above her, thinking she must be hallucinating. And I guess she is, because she thinks she's called him gorgeous. Dog, you didn't. Hold on, maybe I'm the one that's tripping. Let me go back and check to see if she did call him gorgeous. Not a word here, clearly not here. And yeah, there's not even a single word that starts with the letter G here. So she's gotten drunk enough to the point she's hallucinating herself saying stuff? This brother Mincheol's gotta save her before it's too late. Someone that drunk is not only a danger to herself, but society as a whole. Turns out I was right, because she goes to bang her head on the table, supposedly to get it together, but fortunately, Mincheol saves her from turning her head into jelly. I need to get it together, so I'll just slam my head on the table. What kind of SpongeBob logic is this girl on? I'm not sure about getting it together, but you're definitely gonna get something. Once Mincheol finds out how much she's had to drink, he immediately lectures her, reminding her that she's the frailest of lightweights. Unfortunately, in her drunken state, she can't fully appreciate what he's doing for her, and when he leaves, she follows him just to yell at him some more. Brother, I was clowning this guy Mincheol last video for scaring off Ippo, but maybe he has a point in protecting Hanyul. She got herself drunk to the point of headbutting the table, hallucinated herself saying something she didn't say. No wonder the brother goes out of his way to protect her. We've got to appreciate this guy more, because you need unbreakable will to stop this girl from doing dumb crap all the time and getting yelled at for it. Back inside, Hanyul's friends are glazing Mincheol after glancing at him once, which then leads to them glazing Jay. And it isn't just the girls glazing, the boys are doing it too. So much so that I gotta ask, is there something these guys want to tell us? Well, there is one straight guy there, although unfortunately it's the red flag, and he continues to do red flag activities, like spreading rumors because he's jealous. Mincheol teases Hanyul about the guys inside, joking about one of them being her first boyfriend, and he's gotta vet him to make sure he's alright. Hanyul makes sure to get it through to him that he will do no such thing, and her love life is her business. 99 times out of 100, I'd agree with you, Hanyul, but this just so happens to be that one, as I'm afraid of who you'd end up choosing. You know what? Maybe I'm overreacting here. She was drunk when making those brainless decisions after all. So long as she doesn't get together with a massive red flag, then of course, out of every single guy in there, you end up with the worst one. The guy that spread a rumor about Jay just because he was getting more attention, a rumor that he probably made up on the fly. I forgot there was a reason my last video was called the Gooner webtoon. Despite Jay getting cowgirled at the moment, he realizes he's got a report to finish and leaves his pillow buddy all alone. Looking at his flash drives though, he realizes the USB he meant to lend to Hanyul is still in his possession, which is good for him right now, but that begs the question which drive she took. Hopefully, whatever's on there isn't that bad, and not something that ruins your rep forever. Anyways, the red flag officially asks her out, leaving Mincheol clearly distraught at the idea that she now has a boyfriend. He tries to act like he doesn't really care in front of Pinky, saying she's an adult now and can make her own decisions. But the mere thought of him hurting her makes him so angry the light around him has run away out of fear. Meanwhile, Hanyul and Red Flag are at his place, working on their assignments together, and Hanyul puts in Jay's flash drive to get started. Hang on, didn't he give her the wrong one? Ah, it's only Jay. A guy as innocent as him would never— You know, Jay, I expected better from you. And instead, you— This joke just doesn't work, man. We literally saw him boning someone earlier. Anyways, Red Flag lives up to his name, as he somehow thinks this is the perfect moment to go in for the kiss on Hanyul. He's only known her for 2 days. She was just embarrassed in front of him. What possessed this man into thinking the timing was right? And after rightfully thinking she's getting taken advantage of, she leaves. But this guy is on a roll of making an ass out of himself as he chases her outside. He then tries the most pathetic gaslight attempt, telling her couples always kiss before they're official, so they have to kiss each other. Wait, is he not letting her leave? Oh no, he's gone from red flag to genuine criminal! Hanyul needs a hero. Someone put up the bat signal! Brother, I asked for— Who is this even supposed to call? Well, there's no time to be picky. Jay sees Red Flag forcibly holding Hanyul and is starting to read the situation. Red Flag tries to deceive Jay while also threatening Hanyul so she doesn't leave, but he's got nothing on a Gooner that strokes with both hands. This freaking loser is arguing with Jay, despite the fact that Hanyul has shown she does not want to be with him. Jay's even being nice to him, warning him to keep his voice down as to keep rumors about him from being spread, but this guy would rather hate than heed his advice. Jay, you're being too kind in my opinion. There is a simple way to make sure this guy isn't a problem anymore. Easier to meet a 13-year-old boy! Jay finds a non-violent way out of the situation as he tricks him with the old look over there technique. Unfortunately, Hanyul is so out of shape she pukes all over Jay once they manage to get away. They go to a laundromat where we get a couple of female fan service panels, but the real interesting part is this little box telling us this guy has no dark intentions despite being an F-boy and a Gooner. Well everyone, I think we all learned something today. You know that iconic saying, never judge a book by its cover? Completely forget about it, because it clearly ain't reliable. Jay's more attractive than this guy, and at worst, he's a hardcore Gooner, whereas the other guy— Even though Jay doesn't mind all this much, Hanyul just cannot accept there being no consequences to her actions. She insists he have something, homework being done for him, errands run, Wish coupons, and realizing there's plenty of good things on Wish, he accepts her offer. She then lends him Mincheol's jacket to at least keep him from being shirtless, and the wanking stip just has to drop at the worst possible moment. Or maybe not, Jay really does not care. He cares so little, he's shamelessly talking about it with Hanyul. Eventually, through their conversation, the fact is brought up that one of the films he had was one she saw way back in middle school. You know, the first scene to this webtoon. She then lets out that she got a romantic fantasy from this film, with Jay invoking one of his Wish coupons for further context, with the context being she wants to share a passionate kiss like in the film. Wait, hold on. Wish coupons mean she'll grant wishes, not coupons for Wish? Jay, in my opinion, you're getting scammed. She can only grant the most minimal of wishes, whereas if you had coupons for a Wish, oh, the possibilities are endless. While Mincheol's at his mom's, Hanyul's mom comes to visit, bringing alcohol and everything to have a good time, though Mincheol is already on his way out. She hands him a bag of food for Hanyul, but he wonders why it's so dang heavy. Hopefully he didn't take the wrong bag. Back Back at the laundromat, Jay's laughing at Hanyul's romantic fantasy, embarrassing her to the max. However, he suddenly does a 180 and tells her that whoever shares that first kiss with her will be incredibly lucky. Is this Riz? Hanyul isn't seduced though, as she calls him cheesy, and then we get the most interesting panel of this entire webtoon. What did he mean by this? Jay, I was stupid to think you were a decent guy. This carefree act you're putting up, I should have seen it. The fake cluelessness, the shamelessness, I'm not falling for it anymore. I know you only see Hanyul as a conquest. I just can't prove it. Yes, I can prove it! He's literally trying to seduce her right here! Hanyul is starving for food, but fortunately, she sees a message from Minchul and bursts through his door for her fufu and catches him leaving the shower. Then she has the gall to call this guy naked. You could clearly see that his pants are on if you didn't gouge your eyes. I swear, every episode, she's just somehow making me appreciate Minchul more, cause she just keeps on doing the most unnecessary actions, and he has to bring her back to reality. Had he not been in her life, who knows where on Earth she'd be. Shoot, maybe she wouldn't even be on Earth. Minchul begins pulling out the food from the bag, and one of the items he pulls out is hard liquor, clearly accidentally taking the wrong bag. Instead of just putting it away, Hanyul wants to drink some, and unfortunately, Minchul has to make me look like a fool with everything I just said, as he gives in to temptation. Well, it is at his house at least, so nothing crazy should happen from... Wait, is that black indicating a flash forward? I wonder what it could... Oh, nah. And I know it's exactly what I think it is, because why is brother's tongue out? And that's about all the time we have, since I'm kinda in a rush to get this out. Sorry, no episode 10 reaction.
Chalupa, you said you'll do 5 episodes.
Brother, I need this video out now. I don't got time for another
5 episodes.
You want the 10th episode? All right, here you go. In a drunken state, they start making out and probably do the mating dance. And that's about it. I'm dead serious when I say this video is very rushed. I'm trying to get it out before A, the month ends, and B, Thanksgiving. Sorry about the rush content, guys. Anyways, on to the webtoon and the things I liked about it, starting with the art, which I gotta say is very endearing. The mix of its art style, along with these little cartoonier versions of their characters, is well done, captivating people like myself to keep reading and appreciate the artwork. Now, as for the story, I'm not someone who's heavy on romance stories, so take my opinion with a grain of salt. That said, so far in my opinion, it isn't so bad. The dynamic between the two main characters is kind of adorable, rejecting the most perfect match for one another until alcohol makes them see otherwise. Though it might be a little too soon, I don't know. At least they didn't edge their fans like a certain manga. How on earth did people actually read this? Side characters aren't half bad either. Pinky is a nice voice of reason. Red Flag is great to laugh at. Jay? I know he's evil, but I just can't prove. Wait a second. Why am I giving this webtoon its flowers? It's a Gooner webtoon! Yes, all the fan service and sex scenes may be a part of the plot and not taking away from it, but who cares? Clickbait title and thumbnail? No. I think you guys mean perfectly accurate title and thumbnail! Anyways, I think that's gonna wrap up this video. Again, sorry about the video being clearly rushed. I'll make it up to you guys in the next video. Thank you guys for watching this video in its entirety. If you guys like this video, then please like, share, subscribe, hype, and hit the notification bell. If you guys haven't already, consider joining the channel membership or Patreon to further support these videos. If you guys have any video suggestions or anything else you'd like me to read, then please leave it in the comments section below. And with that, I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.